I just wanted to do a short video about a testimony I had this week while it was still fresh in my mind, and I think it might be good for some others to hear. I know it's good for my heart when I reflect on this moment I had with this young man. And I got to start about a month ago. My son and I went to get groceries at Walmart. We do the Walmart pickup. We were in our lane to get our groceries, and we're sitting in our lane. A gentleman comes to bring our groceries out. It's a young gentleman, and I read on his name tag, it says that his name was Felipe, and he's loading our groceries, and he's about finished up. And I just thought I'm so appreciative of people working and doing things like that for me, and I just wanted to tell him thank you. And I asked him, I said, "How are you doing?" And he said, "Not too good." And instantly I thought, wow, like how humbled to admit to somebody that you're not doing well, somebody you don't know very well. So I told him, I said I would pray for him. Me and my son that was with me, we would pray for him. And he said thank you. He appreciated that. And he left and went back to taking more groceries out to cars. And as my son and I left the Walmart, we did pray for him. We prayed for him. And anyways, come this week, Tuesday, I set up a Walmart order to be picked up. Interesting enough, I set the Walmart order to pick it up right at 8 a.m., which is kind of earlier than I usually do. But and this time I just went by myself. And my dad asked me to not only get my groceries, but also to get his drugs at the pharmacy at Walmart. So I went, and I'm in the Walmart pickup lane again, and here comes a gentleman out bringing my groceries out. And I noticed this time that it's that same gentleman, same young man. And I knew in my head he probably still doesn't remember me. I remembered him. And as he's middle of the time he's loading my groceries, I said, "Felipe, how are you doing today?" And he said, "Not good." And I was like, again, my heart was touched. And I said that this year I'm trying to pray more specifically for people's intentions. And so I asked him, I said, "Felipe, do you have any specific intentions you'd like for me to pray for you for? Because that's just a goal of mine this year." And he said, "Yes, please pray that I would find my purpose." And again, that touched my heart. That's pretty deep for somebody to ask a stranger to pray for them to find their purpose. I said, I will, Felipe. I will pray for your purpose. I will pray for that. I pray that you have a better day today." And he said, "Yeah, it's kind of hard because I usually don't work the mornings, but I got called in to work this morning, which is unusual. But anyways, thank you." He said thank you a few times, and he left. And he kept doing his job. I had to go back into Walmart to get my dad's pharmacy because the pharmacy didn't open till 9 o'clock. And anyways, I went back in. I got my dad his pharmacy, and while I went back into Walmart, I just quickly prayed, just a quick prayer. I just said, "God, if there's something you want me to do with that, let me know." And he responded to me very quickly. Immediately, he told me he doesn't want to know what his purpose is. He wants to know if he's valued. Tell him that he is valued. Tell him I love him. And it was like instantly, just like that. And I said, "Well, God, if you want me to deliver that message, open the door for that as I'm leaving." And sure enough, as I'm leaving Walmart, there he is. He's just got done unloading another car. And so I said, Felipe. anyways, I walked up to him. I said, Felipe, I know you asked me to pray for your purpose, and I had to run back into Walmart, and I asked God if there's something he wanted me to do with that. And he answered me very quickly, and he wanted me to tell you this. You have value. I know you wanted me to pray for your purpose, but God wants to know that you have value. And that's what you're looking for. And I said, God's using me in this moment to tell you that you have value and that he loves you. And he wanted me to specifically tell you that he loves you. And that you have been purchased. You have value, and there was a cost for you. And you have been purchased, and you are loved, and you are a beloved son. And I hope you hear that through me. These are God's words to you. These are not my words. And he started to weep. And we hugged. And I told him how much he is loved by God. And this message was from God, our Father. This is a father's message to his son. That he was purchased. He's valuable. And it touched his heart. And he told me, thank you so much. And again, we just smiled at each other, and he moved on, and I moved on. And I've had many reflections since that moment. One of those being how many things had to come into place in order for that to happen. One was about a month ago, me and my son met him, and we prayed for him after we met him. Another moment that had to happen was my dad asked for me to get his medication, which, if you know my dad, he doesn't typically ask for service, but for some reason he asked for me to get his medication that day. And also that he got called in on a different shift that day in order for us to meet that morning. I'm sure there's other things that had to happen in order for us to meet like we did, and for me to have that prayer to God, and to go back out there and to tell him how he's loved and how God has purchased him with his son. And in my own heart, after reflecting on all this, I realize how many times God tries to deliver that message to his people, and how many times we decline his method of payment. And I've had that vision of a customer trying to buy something, and the person that's working behind the counter says, you have insufficient funds, and declines the payment. How many times do we do that? How many times do we decline the payment that was purchased for us because we're so valuable? And I can't even imagine, there's no value you can put on giving your son's life in order to make the purchase. There's no value you can put to that. It's immeasurable, but that's how much he loves you. And I know that I like reflecting on it because it makes me think of just how valuable I am. And I hope this message also helps you to realize how valuable you are too, and how you've been purchased by a loving God. Anyways, I wanted to get this down before I forget, but I hope this message touches you. And please pray for Brother Felipe, that he will continue to be lifted up by Christ, that he will continue to hear that message of the Father's love. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and remember, you have value. Remember your identity. I'm very fortunate to be a part of the Ablaze Worship Ministry and have Father Michael, and he's given me so many valuable insights on my identity as a beloved son of Jesus Christ, and that I was purchased. I'm a beloved son. Thanks for taking the time to see this. I hope it brought you some joy. I love you all. Peace.